Welcome to Kitsune's Aetherian Archive Normal mode run. As you can see, we got off to a bit of a sloppy start here. Some folks ran in, started fighting the Atronachs. Fortunately, this first fight isn't that much of a big deal. You drag the Atronachs up to the top, clump them all up, and if everybody stays clumped together, the healers can take care of any damage that comes in pretty easily. As the tank, which is what I'm playing in this raid, you don't have a very specific job here, just stab the Atronachs to reduce their resistances and throw out some shields maybe. Like I said, it's fairly simple. For this video I'm going to be speeding up as we go. I just want to cover the important things that people who are new to running with us will need to know. This is the first mini-boss fight. Two Frost Atronachs. For the tank it's pretty easy. You just stab them around and then knock them down. It's nice and quick. As you're running into these initial areas, you're going through passages that do undodgeable damage. You just kind of move through it, and when you get to trash mobs, wipe them out. Fairly straightforward. The first real boss that you get to is this one that's coming up. Storm Atronach here. He's got basically two mechanics. He's got two AoE attacks that you need to watch for. The tank should turn him around, just because the tank should turn all mobs around, and everybody else should clump up behind him. And the first attack comes up pretty soon. It's at about 90%. You can see he does this big explosion of lightning. Everyone's hit points get knocked down. That one's not too bad. Again, if you're clumped up, the healer should be able to take care of it. Right after that, though, he goes into another mode, charges up red there, and lightning hits everybody in the raid. As you can see from the hit point bars, that does a lot of damage, and you really need to be clumped up, or the healers won't be able to take care of you. If you've got any kind of shields, use them, but otherwise this is basically just a DPS check. The more DPS you do, the less rounds of that he gets off, the easier the healers have it, the more likely that you'll get through and drop him like we did there. It's interesting to note that the lightning continues even after he dies, so healers kind of have to pay attention to what's going on and keep everybody healed. Next step is to pick which of the set of 4 teleporters you want to be on. The tank should be on the center one. Once you get there and everybody sorts everything out, you'll eventually teleport over to the next spot, like so. In the center, you've got a bunch of mobs that will endlessly respawn. It's the job of the other 2 groups to take out some more specific mobs, and once they do it, these guys will stop spawning. For the people in the center, it's essentially just stay alive. You don't even have to worry about killing them. Once the other 2 groups are done, you can drop them, and then again get on stones. In this case, it doesn't matter which one you get on, everybody goes to the same place. And you're back where you killed the Storm Atronach, and now there's a new path forming from the rocks. Once the path forms, you can race into the next trash mob fight. This one has overchargers. Overchargers are a particularly nasty trash mob because they've got some pretty strong AoEs, so you want to focus them down first. You can see it's a bit of a long trash fight. I think there's additional adds that spawn as you go, but none of it's particularly hard. There's no special mechanics you need to be aware of. Once you're done, it's back onto teleporter rocks. Again, doesn't matter if you end up in the same place, and on to the next boss. This boss, I think, only has one special mechanic of note, and again, it's just AoE damage that you gotta watch for. He normally does this little pound thing on the ground. You can see that hurts people's hit points. I've got him turned around from the rest of the rest of the party now. He's a little hard to see which way his front is, but you can see everybody back there is all grouped up. And that stop mechanic It's the one thing the healers need to watch for, because that's going to damage everybody. Once you get past that, though, he's just a boss like any other. You just do a lot of damage to him, res people if they die, and eventually he'll fall down. Doing these made of stone, it takes a while. So you want to make sure you've got some decent sustain on your magic and stamina if you're a DPS, so that you can keep fighting that. Once he's down, the way is clear to move on. Go around here, go up, back to stones, tank in the middle again. Once again, you've got a fight where the center group doesn't even really need to kill the people they're fighting against. I think eventually we just have me tank the one guy. And once the rest of the parties, once the other two groups have finished off their parties, the rock ledge forms and it's time to go again. You can mount up here in some places. This next boss is a wisp, and as is kind of typical for this mob type, she spawns adds that are copies of herself. She's also throwing down red circles on the ground. None of them are too horrible. It's not instant death, but still, don't stand in them. There you saw the split. Once she splits, you have to kill the adds. But beyond that, it's just kill the adds, come back, kill her, kills the adds, come back, kill her. Again, it's kind of a DPS check. You want to make sure that you've got enough to take the adds down before she spawns more, before they just overwhelm you and kill you. But eventually she'll drop. And it's time to move on once again. Up the path. Big ring of circles. That globe in the back there, you don't want to mess with. In veteran mode, I think it makes things harder. And this leads you to your final arena. This is where you're going to fight the final boss. But before you do that, as everyone gets prepared and ready, you have to fight a bunch of overchargers. And again, they're tough, but they're just trash mobs, so no special tactics aside from kill them. And you just go through them like you would any other group. Once they're done, regroup together for the next wave that's coming in. And again, these are trash mobs too. Overchargers are the one putting the red circle on me there. And you just take them down. Healing, DPSing. There's not a lot of specific tank work there. You can taunt them and try to keep some on you and throw out shields. So here's the mage. She's the final boss. Interestingly, as the tank, you don't do a lot with her. The reason for that is, while you can start off doing some stuff with her, she summons those axes, and those things hit like a truck. So it's the tank's job. Grab aggro on them. They're regular targetable enemies. And you can use either Pierce Armor or Inner Fire, Rage, and basically just hold aggro on them. This one's a particularly long fight, since you're likely to be away from the rest of the party as the tank. You're going to want to make sure that you can sustain yourself as well as possible. So keep your buffs up. Remember to use potions as they come off cooldown if you need them. Do heavy attacks. If you're a Dragon Knight, you can use your ultimates to get back missing resources. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with the mage there. She summons additional axes as the fight goes on, and managing the aggro on 3 mobs at this point is a bit challenging. You can see she's got another add there the DPS have to take out. Looks like she's shooting beams that are doing some significant damage. But essentially it's do that. Deal with the adds, keep some people on the mage, knock her down. Because I'm not sure exactly all the stuff she's doing. She is throwing down red circles, and some of them are pretty nasty, so don't stand in them. If people drop, make sure to get them up. That's something the DPS should be paying attention to, because the healers have a more important job to do of not letting people drop in the first place. And the tank, as you can see, is kind of busy. And like I said, see, this is kind of a long fight with really good DPS. Not getting rid of a mage that quickly. I think it's up to 5 axes now too, so holding aggro on all those is a bit challenging. Eventually though, mage does a knockback, and then she goes Super Saiyan and Spirit Bomb, I guess. And then you just go in, she's got like 2%, 3% health now, and you just knock her down. She drops, Spirit Bomb goes away, body, complete the trial. So, in broad strokes, that's what Aetherian Archive looks like.